Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today, I'm going to show a very special card today. I've talked about that I used to play chess and I used to play chess in high school. And well, throughout my life I played. And it's a very tough mental game. And what I want to share today is I want to share what I will call I'm going to call this the Holy Grail of chess cards. And this is the Steinitz. Wilhelm Steinitz. And why is this card so important? Because this is the father of modern day chess. This is the highest graded example of that card. This is again from the Goodwin Champion set from 1888. The backs are just a checklist, and we've shown those before. But I want to talk about William Steinitz. I'm going to show you here. That's Wilhelm, his real name. But he came to the United States and became an American and wanted to change his name to William. And when he competed, he loved the United States so much that he was one of the first ones that said, I want the American flag next to me. So when he competed, the American flag was always next to him. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you a little bit about him. But I'm gonna read this. Excuse me, my voice, gotta drink some water here. But as I do, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus down on William Steinitz. Give you a good look at that card and tell you a little bit about him, because Steinitz was born in Austria, one of the most influential. I'm reading right off of the World Chess Hall of Fame description of him. Born in Austria, William Steinitz was one of the most influential players, writers, and theoreticians in the history of the game. After beginning to play competitively in his 20s, he would win every serious match he played between 1862 and 1892. You heard that. 30 years in a row, he won every important match, including victories against Adolf Anderssen and Johann Zukertort, which I've shown Zukertort and talked about Zukertort before. In the early 1880s, he came to the U.S. and settled in New York City. Shortly thereafter, he became the first official world champion in 1886, following victory in a match against Johann Zukertort, played in New York, and then in St. Louis again, and then in New Orleans. He would hold that title until 1894, when he lost to Emanuel Lasker. And he lost the title in 1894, and you know, he had the title throughout his life. He died in 1900. So just to tell you a little bit about that. Steinitz contributions to chess theory were just as valuable to the game as his playing talent. Giving up an early reliance on attacking at all costs, he explained in a logical and specific way why methods of sound development and strategic planning were the keys to correct play. The theories of Steinitz, along with those of his contemporary Paul Morphy, are widely regarded as having laid the foundation for the beginning of modern chess. Indeed, his early observations and theories are still quoted as the foundations and basic principles of chess mastery. Bottom line, this is the guy that wrote the book on chess. This is the champion that throughout literally his entire life, he was the champion. Unbeaten, pretty much. He lost here and there, but all the major tournaments between 1862, I think I said in 1894, he won them all. And that is his card. 1888 Goodwin champion. These were inserted in Old Judge Gypsy Queen cigarettes. And check it out. This guy wearing that suit, that beard. They were all fancy back then. Let's take a look a little bit more about Steinitz. Let me show you a picture, an actual picture of Steinitz. Which really, you know, in those days you don't have many pictures, so basically this is the picture here. Picture on the card. It's a drawing. So that is the original picture, and that's Steinitz. That's the card. Way back in 1888. And here is the tournament picture where he's playing right there, sitting there. And you could see the other guys watching as he's playing there. I think that looks like Sucker Tort to me right there. It looks like he's the one taking notes, because of course, the good thing about chess is you can replay these games. All these games are back in history. They're already done. You could play them again. You can go back and see every move that each player made and study each move. And that's the cool stuff about chess. And here he is. Show you another picture of him here. And this is him playing against the famous Sucker Tort match. And that's Sucker Tort here, who really won, you know, also was one of the fathers of chess, who also, you know, wrote a lot of stuff about chess. And there's Steinitz, who beat him. Now they said that Steinitz was a little bit of a, I guess, ornery guy, a little bit of a pain in the butt. They said he wasn't, you know, and they say it's because of his height. He was only 5 feet tall, so he was a short guy. And he said he had like a complex of that. And, you know, sometimes he had a temper. So, you know, that's a few of the things. Let me see if I can tell you a little bit more about Steinitz. And again, you know, he was a champion for 30 years in a row, over 30 years in a row. It says, when discussing chess history from the 1850s onward, commentators have debated whether Steinitz could be effectively considered a champion from an earlier time, perhaps as early as 1866. Steinitz lost his title in 1894, but from 1866 he went on. It says this is, I'm reading some Wikipedia stuff here that's kind of a little confusing because people just add out stuff there, but basically it says that Steinitz became world #1 by winning in an all-out attacking style that was common in the 1860s. And he then unveiled in 1873 a new position style of play, and he demonstrated that it was superior to his previous style. His new style was controversial, and some even branded it as cowardly, but many Steinitz games showed that it could also set up attacks as ferocious as those of the old school. And he was a prolific writer on chess and defended his ideas vigorously. And he was one of those guys that really began chess, real chess. And I'm going to show him in his debut here. This is his, let me focus here. This is his international debut in 1866. This is when he first started. And that's what he looked like there. So he was just one of these guys that without him, chess wouldn't be what it is today. And I don't know what else to say about the guy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff written on him, but check it out. He was one of these guys that had a huge influence on the game. And he is considered the father of modern chess. And he basically, like I said, wrote the book. So I just wanted to share this card, and I call this the Grail of chess cards because, in my opinion, he was the starter of modern chess. And this is his rookie card, basically his first card, and this is in the best condition. So to me, this is the Grail card of chess, in my collection at least, along with the Sucker Torque card that I also have. And these are very tough to come by. I haven't even checked the PSA on that, but I probably should have done that before I checked. But I know for a fact that there's no more than 20 of these. They're probably only like 10 maybe. I don't know. I've got to check the PSA count on that. But it's a very tough card to come by, but it's beautiful. It has the checkerboard on the back for the chess design. Has his name right there, Steinitz Chess. It's a good drawing of him there from that picture that I showed you earlier. And these cards were literally handmade and inserted in these packs of cigarettes of either Old Judge or Gypsy Queen. So it's just a miracle that this card not only survived, but survived in a grade of a 7. And it took me a long time to find this card, many years of searching for it. It was sold a couple of times here and there at auctions, and I missed out, but eventually I was able to pick this up. I guess it was about 4 years ago. So anyway, guys, just wanted to share what I think is one of the most, I guess, influential chess players, or the father of chess back in the 1860s. So thanks for watching, guys. Everyone have a great weekend. And I'll catch you on the next one. This is Orlando for my Collector's Dream.